The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man, neither shall a man put on a woman's garment.
So by chance, do you know what pertains, just by looking out here today, what pertains to a man? All right. So, all right, keep going.
For all that do so are abomination unto the Lord thy God.
So it's not me saying it, but Christ said a woman or a man in general, if they wear vice versa, if a man wearing a woman's dress or a female wearing pants or anything of that sort that's cross-dressing, you shouldn't be doing it. It's a sin. All right. Go to Revelation 1:1.
The book of Revelation, chapter 1 and verse 1. The revelation of Jesus Christ, which God gave unto him to show unto his servants the things which must shortly come to pass.
So the revelation of Jesus. The revelation of Jesus Christ. The revelation means the revealing. So now we're finna get into the revealing of Christ. So now we're finna read all the things that's going to strike against this false image of Christ, who they portrayed Christ to be. Go to Revelation 1 and 14.
The book of Revelation, chapter 1 and verse 14. His head and his hairs were white like wool.
Strike one. We say his head and his hairs were white like wool. Now before we keep going, this is just an image. We're not saying this is exactly what Christ looked like, but this will be a better image. Persuade as to who they said Christ was. Keep going.
As white as snow.
So he said his hands were woolly and white as snow.
And his eyes were as a flame of fire.
His eyes were a flame of fire because he drank wine.
And his feet like unto fine brass.
He said his feet was like unto fine brass. What color is brass? You said what? Green?
Brass.
What color is brass? Like a penny. Yeah, like a brown. So keep going.
And his feet are like unto fine brass, as if they burned in a furnace.
So if you put brass in a furnace, what color does it turn? Black, exactly. So that goes into that false image of Christ, that Christ is black.
That's right. And his voice as light as the sound of many waters.
He said his voice like the sound of many waters. I mean his voice is very loud. Now by chance, oh, by chance, do you know where this image came from? You don't? Let me turn this around for you. Where is it at? Baptist. John sent in 1608. These are the people that came up with man-made religions. People that taught you this. Christ loved everybody.
First Maccabees chapter 3 and verse 48. And laid open the book of the law, wherein the heathen had sought to paint the likeness of their image.
So as you see, he said the heathen sought to paint the likeness of their image. They know what Christ really looked like, but they sought to make their own image and have us believe that this is Christ, and Christ loved everybody. So now let me just get you one commandment. Go to Numbers 15 and 38.
The book of Numbers, chapter 15.
Matter of fact, hold on. Do you know what today is, by chance? Saturday? Alright, go to Exodus 20 and 8.
The book of Exodus, chapter 20 and verse 8. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy.
So he said, remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. By chance, you have your phone on you right now? Alright, can you open it and go to your calendar? Alright, now start at the first day of the week and count to 7. And let me know what day you get to. Saturday. Exactly. So Saturday is the 7th day of the week. Alright, now we can continue reading.
Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. 6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work. But the seventh day,
And what we say the seventh day was? Saturday.
is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God.
So Saturday is the Sabbath.
In it thou shalt not do any work,
So we shouldn't be doing no work.
thou, nor thy son,
Thy son,
nor thy daughter,
nor your daughter.
nor thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gates. For in 6 days the Lord made heaven and earth, the sea, and all that in them is.
So 6 days the Lord made the heaven and earth. But let's see, even the Lord knew not to do nothing on Sabbath day. Why?
For in 6 days the Lord made heaven and earth, the sea, and all that in them is, and rested the seventh day.
He said he did what?
And rested the seventh day.
And he rested the seventh day. Why? Because the seventh day is Saturday, and it's the Lord's holy day. Now you can get Numbers 15:38.
Book of Numbers, chapter 15, and verse 38. Speak unto the children of Israel, and bid them that they make them fringes in the borders of their garments.
So he said, bid them that they make them fringes in the border of garment. As you can see, everybody else around me, they got this logo on their shirt, got fringes on their garment. Do you see anything particular that's special about these garments? Or anything on everybody's shirt that look like it's the same on everybody's garment, besides these white tassels? Okay? Alright, I'm ready for you. Keep going.
And that they put upon the fringe of the borders a ribbon of blue.
So as you can see, we all got a ribbon of blue. It's not just for looks. It's because God commanded us to do it. So everybody got a ribbon of blue. Why do we have a ribbon of blue?
And it shall be unto you for a fringe, that you may look upon it, and remember all the commandments of the Lord.
That's right. So he said these is for us. So when you look at these, it's for you to remember the commandments of the Lord. So say you're going to do something, you look down, it will be a remembrance for you that you know you can't do that. So like, say for instance, you see somebody in the club with these, you got to be looking at them like, what you doing here? That's just a prime example. Alright,
And do them, and that ye seek not after your own heart, and your own eyes, after which you used to go a-whoring.
example. Now go to Deuteronomy 22:5.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 22, and verse 5. The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man, neither shall a man put on a woman's garment.
So by chance, do you know what pertains, just by looking out here today, what pertains to a man?
I'm pretty aware.
Alright. So, alright, keep going.
For all that do so are abomination unto the Lord thy God.
So it's not me saying it, but Christ said a woman or a man in general, if they wear vice versa, if a man wearing a woman's dress or a female wearing pants or anything of that sort that's cross-dressing, you shouldn't be doing it. It's a sin. So I just, even though I might not never see you again, I just had to make sure I give you that commandment.
Right. I'm pretty aware of those.
Alright. Alright, Deuteronomy 73.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, and verse 3. Neither shalt thou make marriages with them. Thy daughters thou shalt not give unto his son, nor his daughter shalt thou take unto thy son. For they will turn away thy son from following me, that they may serve other gods.
So Jesus goes into showing that we shouldn't be mingling with other nations. Like a black man shouldn't be with a white woman. Or a white woman shouldn't be with a black man. Or you shouldn't be with anybody outside these 12 tribes. By chance, do you know what the 12 tribes is? Alright, you can flip this around for me. Let me show you. Alright, so before we get into it, if you take a look at this 12 tribes list, do you see yourself anywhere on this list? Which one would you say is you?
got a
Judah?
question to ask.
That's right.
You can answer it later too, but this question.
Judah, the American blacks. Now let's see, go to Isaiah 11
What
11.
does that mean? Yeah.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 11 and verse 11. Isaiah 11 and verse 11. And it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall set his hand again the second time to recover the remnant of his people, which shall be left from Assyria, and from Egypt, and from Pathros, and from Cush, and from Elam, and from Shinar, and from Hamath, and from the islands of the sea.
You can stop. So that just goes to the point to prove that we scattered abroad. We scattered all over the four corners of the earth. Now get Deuteronomy 28 and 15.
Chapter 28 and verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
10 to 16.
Verse 16. Cursed shall thou be in the city.
City is America. Poverty. Basically, the only place you see black on black crime. Our people getting gunned down. Things like that. Jump to 32. Matter of fact, go back one more. Go to Deuteronomy 28 and 1.
Deuteronomy 28 and verse 1. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe, to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth.
So by chance, do it look like we set a high above all nations of the earth right now? Exactly. So now let's get into them curses. Back where we just read from Deuteronomy 28 and 15. Jump to Deuteronomy 28 32.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 32. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people.
That's right.
And thine eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all the day long, and there shall be no might in thine hand.
So he said there ain't gonna be no might in our hand. Who that sound like? That happened to? Read it one more time, bro.
Deuteronomy 28 and verse 32. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people.
So what nation of people had their sons and their daughters taken away from them? Exactly. Jump to 41.
Verse 41. Thou shalt beget sons and daughters, but thou shalt not enjoy them.
Don't that sound like the other scripture you just read? Read it one more time for it.
Thou shalt beget sons and daughters, but thou shalt not enjoy them, for they shall go into captivity.
So he said we're going to get sons and daughters, but we wasn't going to be able to enjoy them. Why? Because we went in captivity. Because we didn't keep God's commandments. Now go to Deuteronomy 28.
Deuteronomy 28 and verse 45. Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee, and they will take thee till thou be destroyed.
So he said all these curses will come upon us and pursue us till we be destroyed. Meaning destroyed. Let me change that. Meaning destroyed. These yokes of iron was upon our necks. Into what?
Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee, and overtake thee till thou be destroyed, because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
And hearken, all hearken means is to listen. So because we didn't listen to God, he said all these curses will come upon us till we be destroyed.
Right.
To keep his commandments and his statutes, which he commanded thee. They shall be upon thy seat upon thee for a sign and for a wonder, and upon thy seat.
Hold on. So he said for a sign and for a wonder. The sign is basically, say for instance, that BP sign right there. We know that's BP because we see the logo and we see the sign. So he said it was going to be upon us for a sign and for a wonder. Basically, our people is going to be wondering, why is this happening unto our people? Why is we the only people in the nation that's getting gunned down, shot, kicked out of homes, on the street? I mean, just look at where we at. We come up there every Saturday. It be trash everywhere. If we go to somewhere where all the white people at, you see how their neighborhood all booked up, kept together, clean.